It's a beautiful day today and a beautiful day to read some more horrifying but also fun Reddit stories, and I hope you guys are excited. It's going to be an adventure, and if you enjoyed today's episode, make sure you subscribe if you want to, and let's get into it. Enjoy, guys. Am I the a-hole for telling my sister that I don't know if I love her after finding out about her 5-year affair? Well, okay, that's one hell of a title. My sister 32 moved in with me because she got pregnant 5 months ago from what she claimed was a one-night stand. I love my sister, so of course I took her in. My husband is overseas for 6 months, so it was nice to have her around because I do care about her very much. On Monday, I came home and I saw my sister and a strange woman in a screaming match on my doorstep. I obviously didn't know what was happening, but I saw the woman poking my pregnant sister's shoulder, so I intervened. I sent my sister inside and she begged me to send the woman away. I didn't understand what was going on, but I wanted the altercation to end for everybody's sake, so I told the woman as much. Then she started screaming, asking me if I was also sleeping with her husband. I was like, what? And then she basically revealed that my sister had been having an affair with her husband for 5 years. 5 years! She had everything printed out, chats and photos and emails and receipts. It was so disturbing to see, and I didn't want to go through it all. But a few things were established. Number 1, my sister knew about his wife. She knew that she was the mistress and liked it. Number 2, this woman was a stay-at-home mum to their 4 kids, one of which has a severe disability from a car accident. Also, her husband knew about my sister's pregnancy and even took her on a baby moon to celebrate it. Number 4, the affair had been going on the entire time, with my sister believing that he would eventually leave his wife for her. And number 5, my sister had fully embraced the role of being the other woman and was emotionally invested in their relationship despite his repeated lies about leaving his wife. I told the woman that I was really sorry and that I didn't know, but I asked her to leave because this wasn't going anywhere and I didn't want the neighbors to call the police. She was so furious, but she gave me her number on a post-it, begging me not to let her husband stay at my house. I assured her that no man was stepping foot in my home. My sister was begging me not to believe the woman, calling her a vindictive ex-wife. I told her, alright then, let's look up the marriage on the internet. Let's see if a motion for dissolution of marriage was ever submitted. We fought hard. My sister kept on saying that I'd never understand and that they loved each other and that he just couldn't leave his wife, blah blah blah. I called her dumb and also naive. The next day I told her that she could stay here because I didn't want her to become a financial burden on that woman in any way, but I also told her that right now I didn't want to engage with her. My sister asked me if I still loved her, and I honestly told her, right now I can't say that I do. I'll always help my nephew and not endanger you, but I can't like you because you've shown me that you're not a trustworthy person. I told her that I didn't trust her not to try anything with my husband, and that I didn't trust her with anything at all. So I made her sign a tenants agreement. She's been begging me to forgive her, and I told her there's nothing to forgive. I just don't know who she is anymore. Am I the a-hole? No, you're not the a-hole, OP. You've barely done anything. I feel so sorry for that wife. Like what? Are you the a-hole because you said that you don't trust your sister and you don't like her at the moment? No, I don't think so, OP. I feel like that's a very reasonable response. The top comment says, not the a-hole. Your sister's actions were incredibly hurtful and harmful. It's understandable that you need time to process this and decide whether you can rebuild trust with her. Yeah, 1,000,000%. It doesn't sound like you lashed out or said anything super out of line or something. You're having a very normal response, I feel like, OP. The second top comment says, not the a-hole. You're rightfully upset and your sister's actions have damaged your trust. It's okay to need time and distance to process. This comment says, not the a-hole. OP, not only was it crappy for her not to come clean to you after all you did, but she very easily could have been putting you in danger. You have no idea if this man or his wife may become unhinged. She already showed up at your house. Are you expecting him to visit? And OP said, literally, yeah. That was also what I said, and she said, oh, he would never do that, blah blah blah. Yeah, this one too, not the a-hole. Your sister's behavior was vile and inexcusable. That poor woman and her children. Her husband is an absolute piece of crap. OP also commented this. She met the kids and took them to the zoo with the bastard. She wanted them to get to know her so that she could hop right into the mum role as soon as he divorced his wife. Yeah, right. Yeah, like the comment below that says, I'm furious for that poor woman. I hope she has a lot of support right now. Yeah, same here. I feel so bad for the wife. OP, you're doing a good job to even have your sister in your house. Yeah, you're not the a-hole, OP. Post number 2 is called, Am I the a-hole? My boyfriend says that I look with my new sleeve tattoo. I, 26 female, recently got a sleeve tattoo that I'm super proud of. It's a wolf face surrounded by flowers and other patterns and stuff. I think it looks amazing and it's something that I've wanted for a long time. I've never had any issue showing it off in public or at work. It's not inappropriate or offensive, just a personal piece of art that means a lot to me. The problem is my boyfriend, 28 male, absolutely hates it when I show it in public or at work. He says it's too much and that people will judge me or think less of me because of it. Wow, okay dude. He even suggested that I cover it up when I'm at work, even though my job is totally fine with tattoos or when we go out together. He's even gone so far as to say that people will think that I'm because of it. That comment really hurt me, and now he's making me feel so bad about the tattoo that I've started thinking about removing it altogether. It's like he's ashamed of me for having it. You do not need to be ashamed about your tattoo, OP. It's gotten to the point where I've cried over it more than once. I'm doubting my own decision to get something that I once loved because of how much his words have been getting to me. I've tried explaining that it's my body and my choice to show it, especially when it is something that I'm proud of, but he keeps on saying that it's about how others will perceive me, and he just doesn't like the idea of me being on display. Oh my god, get rid of him, OP. This is so frustrating. You don't need to worry about how other people are going to perceive you, OP. And also, guaranteed, nobody thinks anything about it, OP. Your boyfriend's the only one who has an issue with it. I'm frustrated because I don't think I should have to hide a part of myself just because he's uncomfortable about it. I've never given him a reason to think I'm doing it for attention or anything, but he keeps on bringing it up like I'm being disrespectful to him by not covering it up. Edit, we did discuss the tattoo before I got it, and while he wasn't very convinced, he didn't actively stop me from getting it. Yeah, I know a lot of people on Reddit are very quick to say you need to break up with your partner or you need to get a divorce yesterday, but yeah, what is your boyfriend even on about, OP? How awful and how unfair on you two. Guaranteed he's the only person that even has an issue with it. I bet you other people don't feel like it's but he does. Yeah, the top comment, why are you dating somebody who's so clearly embarrassed to be seen with you in public? And OP said, good question. I'm starting to ask myself that. I will leave him, especially after what he said to me. It's the last straw. Yeah, also this comment too, not the a-hole. Him saying that other people will think these things about you is him saying that that's what he thinks. Don't stay with somebody who judges you that way and tries to make you think it's coming from everywhere else when it's really coming from him. The tattoo sounds beautiful. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. You 100% feel like this dude, not other people. And also, why the hell is he making you feel like you need to even care what other people think? You don't, OP. Tattoos are very personal. You don't have to get a stranger's approval to get a tattoo that you want to get. You know why? Because it's not on their body. But yeah, this guy's making you feel like everywhere you go in public, people are thinking that you look bad and trashy or whatever, and guaranteed people don't even bat an eye at it. You're not the only person who has a tattoo, and yeah, he's 100% projecting how he feels about it, and what he has said to you, OP, is not okay. Yeah, this comment too. I'm a guy and I don't like tattoos, and I never have, and my wife has started to get them. I'm not overly fond of the idea, but the ones that she's got so far do look nice, I can admit. No guy should say to his wife or girlfriend anything like it makes you look I certainly wouldn't. From my point of view, it's not worth arguing over. Just because I don't like them doesn't mean that she doesn't get to get them if she wants them, and it makes her happy. For you though, ditch the guy. Find somebody who accepts you and your choices. Yeah, definitely. It's so unfair that he's made you feel the way that you have, OP. You're definitely not the a-hole. The next one says, am I the a-hole for getting a married woman pregnant and also not telling her husband? Oh my god. What are we about to read? I, male 19, have been seeing this woman, female 36, for a few months now. Okay, red flag number 1. That age gap is terrifying. She's married and has 3 kids, a 17-year-old son and 15-year-old twin daughters. It started out as a fling, but things got serious really fast. She told me she was in a rough patch with her husband, but I didn't expect things to go as far as they did. Recently, she found out that she was pregnant, and it's mine. She's pretty sure of that because her and her husband haven't been intimate in a long time. Instead of coming clean to her husband, she's decided that he's just going to raise the baby as his own by sleeping with him for a month or 2 and claiming that it's his, and she does not plan on telling him the truth. She says that he'll just assume that it's his, and it'll be easier for everybody this way. Part of me feels guilty for being involved in this at all. Yeah, well, that's good, OP, because you definitely should feel guilty, but another part of me wonders if it's my responsibility to say something. The idea of somebody else raising my kid without knowing the truth doesn't sit right with me, but if I come forward, I could blow up her whole family and cause chaos for her kids, and they don't deserve this. I don't know if I should let her handle things her way, or if I should come clean to her husband. Am I the a-hole for even considering telling him? Wow, what did we just read? Yeah, the top comment, you're being groomed, dude. A 36-year-old has nothing in common with somebody who's 19, and she knows this. There's a reason that she's going after you rather than somebody her age. Tell the husband, ditch the relationship, and get yourself into therapy. Yeah, 1,000,000%. The comment below that says you do tell the husband. He deserves to know. Plus, if he ever finds out in the future he can file a suit against you, she's just afraid that he'll divorce her, and she's probably been lying to you the whole whole time. You should never be getting involved with a married woman. The comment below that says tell her husband ASAP. The one below that says you the a-hole for having an affair with a married woman. As to whether to tell the husband, how do you know that she's pregnant by you? Yeah, that's also a really good point. The response to that one says, are you accusing the woman who's being unfaithful to her husband of being unfaithful to her affair partner? How dare you? Yeah, that's right, but either way, the husband does need to know, and you're definitely the a-hole for getting involved in any of this, OP. Yeah, this comment, already starting life completely devoid of any common sense or decency, huh? She's almost twice your age and married, with kids around your age, and what, you thought she was a good catch? No red flags on the fact that you're so young and she's way too old for you? Ever heard of Chris Hansen? Yeah, how terrible. This comment says you're both the a-hole. Do the decent thing and let her husband know. And if you have any decency left, face the consequences and support your baby after a paternity test. Yeah, I can't believe the stuff that we read. Okay, let's move on. Am I the a-hole for not punishing my son for his drawings? I, 40 male, have a son, 15 male, who loves to draw. He's very good at it and spends hours every day practicing. He has dozens of full sketchbooks in his room. Yesterday we had some family over for dinner and my sister's kids, 8 female and 10 male, snuck into his room and looked at his sketchbooks. They came back holding one of them. It was full of drawings of people either naked or in their underwear, which the kids found very funny. I didn't know that he drew them. He is super critical of his own art and only shows me drawings that he's super proud of, and these were clearly practices, but I wasn't bothered by the content. They obviously weren't sexual. They included men and women of all ages and weights in casual and non-provocative poses. He said that he was only studying anatomy. My sister, however, was super upset. She was mad that I let my son draw pornography and suggested that he drew these people because he was attracted to them. Oh, get the hell out of here. Which is so silly because he's gay and the majority of the drawings were of women. The guys he did draw weren't what I imagine a 15-year-old boy would be attracted to. She was also upset that her kids were exposed to nudity, which I shut down pretty fast because they shouldn't have been snooping anyway. Yeah, 100% OP. My sister is saying that I'm ruining my son by letting him look at naked people. Oh, what the hell? My dad agrees that the kid shouldn't have been in his room, but thinks that he shouldn't be looking at that kind of stuff and says that I should punish him for drawing it. No, you absolutely should not. I just don't see the big deal, and I think it's completely fine for my son to look at naked people, especially considering they're just realistic bodies being drawn respectfully. I don't know much about art, but if my son says it helps him improve, I believe him. My mum is entirely on my side. Am I the a-hole? No, you're not the a-hole, OP. I'm proud of you. Thank you for standing up for your son. If your sister thinks that anatomy drawings are the same as pornography, she might have lost her mind, OP. Your son is literally learning how to draw human anatomy. Like you said, that's not sexual, that's not weird, it's not inappropriate, it doesn't mean anything. And yeah, that's right, if your sister is so worried about her kids seeing nudity, maybe tell them not to snoop around in other people's stuff. There is no reason that your son should be punished here, OP. Your son didn't do anything. Your sister is the a-hole here, OP. And you're definitely not the a-hole, OP. You did the right thing by standing up for your son. Yeah, the top comment, not the a-hole. Nudity isn't inherently sexual or pornographic. Yeah, that's right, and it's so silly to think that it is, especially when you're looking at some anatomy drawings in a sketchbook. Like, what are you talking about? He's learning how to draw the human body. Like, how could you look at a sketchbook full of sketches of stuff like this and think that it wasn't just anatomy drawings? Yeah, this comment, I hope your sister never walks into a museum. Her eyes will burst into flames. Not the a-hole. Yeah, for real. And to say that you should be punishing your son? How dare you, sister? This comment says, haha, get her one of those Michelangelo's David aprons or dish towels or whatever for Christmas. Yeah, that's right. Is that super inappropriate and sexual? No. Like, what are they talking about? And yeah, don't go snooping through other people's stuff. This comment says, not the a-hole, but your sister is seriously disturbed. I was an art student in college and I drew a lot of naked people. When you're an artist, and it sounds like he is, you look at the shapes and the lines, not the sexuality. The classroom is full of men and women who are concentrating on making something artistic, not lusting over the model. Your son's 15, not 5, and his aunt should not be telling him or you what to do. Yeah, that's such a good point. The audacity here is out of control. Like, OP's son probably has like a character or something, and he's probably trying to learn how to draw people better. There's nothing strange about that, and of course he shouldn't be in trouble for it. No, you're doing the right thing, OP. You're definitely not the a-hole. Your sister is super out of line. The next one's called, am I the a-hole for taking over a family therapy session with my rant? I'm 16 male, currently in family therapy with my dad and his wife and my sister 14, and step siblings 10, 9, and 7. This blended family thing is pretty new still, with my dad being remarried for 2 years. My mum died, so I've only got one home, and I'll be honest, I was never excited or really into the whole blended family thing, but I know that's not my decision. All 3 of my step siblings have food allergies, 2 have bad ones, so the way that we eat did change a lot. This included places that we eat at that were part of traditions. For most of my life, we'd eat at this local noodle bar in town for the end of school year, and whenever we had a school thing, like a play or graduation or report card, and now we're not allowed to go there anymore because of the allergies. Even with only dad, it's a no-go. We can't bring ice cream into the house anymore because my step-siblings can't eat it. Only my dad and his wife can prepare food, so no more making a sandwich for myself either. The birthdays are different too. My sister and I can no longer eat at our preferred restaurant of choice because of my step-siblings, and we can't bring my favorite dish into the house either, so now it's a place that my step-siblings love and is acceptable for their allergies. For 2 years now, dad has talked about how glad we are to make all of these changes and how family is worth it. About 4 months ago, his wife noticed that my sister and I weren't engaged with the family in the way that she thought we'd be. We didn't want to talk to her. She also noticed that my sister had cut me and her out of some of the photos of us and used just me and her for her room's art wall. So she and dad decided that we needed some family therapy. Since we started about 2 months ago, there's been a lot of what's the problem? Why are we there? Explain the problem. And my dad has also talked about all the good from a blended family, and the changes were mentioned, and he talks about how happy we all are to make them. Well, last week I got so sick of it, and the therapist started asking me if I was truly okay with them, and I went off. I said no, I'm not. That I hate the changes. That it's unfair. That I never said that I wanted my step-siblings to celebrate my birthday more than I wanted my favorite foods. That all of this stuff was decided for me. I said I never would have made that decision because celebrating with them isn't important to me. I'd rather have a good time with the people I love and enjoy food that I love instead, and that I hate not being able to make a sandwich or buy snacks after school. I pretty much went off the whole session between a rant and also answering questions that the therapist gave to me. My dad is so mad at me for doing it, and his wife was really upset because her kids heard it, but she was also upset because she accepted on some level that I didn't want this ever. She's also kind of mad that I took up a whole session with my rant. Am I the a-hole? No, you're not the a-hole, OP. The top comment says, ugh, entitled parents. Kiddo, you're here asking if you were wrong to use the therapy that you were shoved into. No, sweetheart, you're not wrong for that. Not for any of your feelings around your step family. It was not your choice for them to join your family, and had your father not pushed it, you probably would not have been as against it. It's not your fault that you weren't considered in this life-changing choice. I do not believe that you can tell your dad not to date or marry or whatever, but your dad likewise can't demand that you be okay with choices that are made without you. Not the a-hole, and your dad needs to back off unless he wants to lose you and your sister. Yeah, that's such a good comment, and OP said, yeah, exactly. Like, I can't tell him not to marry, and I can't ask him to stay single just because mum died. I always got that. But he just assumed that he could say that we were a family, and suddenly we'd love these people, and want them and see them like he did. Yeah, and as much as your dad wants that to be the case, your dad can't force that to happen, OP. No, you're definitely not in the wrong for what you said, OP. The second top comment says, not the a-hole at all. You and your sister are the unhappy ones, so it's only natural that the focus will, at least initially, be disproportionately on the feelings of the two of you. Did your dad's wife expect the therapist to spend hours listening to her gushing about how happy she is that she's getting her way so much? This comment says, not the a-hole. Is there any reason why dad can't take you and your sister to your favorite places? Is his wife saying that it's unfair because her kids can't go? Because that's BS. And OP said, we're not supposed to eat the things that they can't ever. Like, I shower at friends' houses when I eat the allergens that my step-siblings can't, because I'd get hell for it if I didn't. They don't want the risk of an exposure reaction. Yeah, right, okay, you're so not the a-hole, OP. And after that adventure of an episode, I feel like that's enough for today. I hope you guys had a fun time today. I've got 2 cute, wholesome memes to show you before we go. When you run into an old friend and you've been riding 2 different waves, but the love's still there. Yeah, how beautiful is that? Like, you went 2 completely different ways, but it doesn't matter, and you still miss each other and you still get along super well. That's so beautiful. Me, you, my overwhelming amount of love. Oh, that's also so cute. Take that. Here's an overwhelming amount of love. Okay, I'm out of here. Thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you had a wonderful time today. If you had a good time today, make sure you subscribe if you want to. And the comment of the day today goes to DeBaseballs. I don't know how long I've been watching Vincey, but I sure as heck know that I enjoyed every second of that time. Oh, that's such an awesome comment. You made my day today. Thank you for that comment. That's so surreal to even hear that. I appreciate the support so much. That means the world to me. Thank you for that comment, DeBaseballs. And thank you all for the support, everybody. I'll see you in tomorrow's terrifying episode. So with that being said, make sure you look after yourself and make sure you have a beautiful, amazing rest of your day. And you know what I'm about to say because I say it every single day. Bye!